Welcome back, everyone. Well, I'm really excited to be where I am. I got to tell you a little backstory here. My wife and I, we live in Glens Falls. And probably every month or so, just for the heck of it, we come over to the Hyde collection and walk around. It is so peaceful. It is so interesting. The exhibits always just, I mean, you spend hours here. Let's do that. And then, of course, when you go into the collection itself, regardless of how many times you've seen the Rembrandt, you're like, oh my God, it's a Rembrandt. Well, joining me today are the two people that are really responsible for what I just said. And this is John Canning, correct, John?
That's it.
I got it right, okay. He's the curator, and you're about to tell immediately he's not from around here. And this is Jen Hutchinson, friend of mine for a long time, way back Larrick days, right?
Yeah, Larrick days.
Who is the curator of education. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now you get to show off this voice of yours, okay? You're the curator. You've been here about 3 years, you said, right?
Yes.
And where'd you come from?
I was the curator at Loyola University in Chicago for
I know where
almost
that
10
is.
years.
And why'd you come here?
I wanted the upgrade in quality of museum and collection. I wanted to be the curator of the Rembrandt.
So you still wander over there when nobody's looking, right? And just stand in front of it and go, oh my God, that's a Rembrandt.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you do, okay. After you've seen the Picasso and, yeah, okay.
And the Rubens and
Yeah,
the
that's
El
right.
Greco. And,
Yeah, that's right.
And then I worry.
It's just,
People get too close.
yeah, you know, that's the other thing too. To be able to get up, if you're from the city, you be able to get up and close and personal with some of this most incredible art you're probably ever going to see is really something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of another museum that allows you to get nose to nose with
I know.
the artists.
It's really something. The exhibit that's behind us, we're going to talk about in a second, but it was Japanese prints is the most recent exhibit, which must have just come down recently because my wife went here about a month ago.
Yep.
And that was a perfect example of the kind of creativity and in the thinking and bringing exhibits like this to Glens Falls. You had the kimonos downstairs and you had all kinds of prints.
Yeah.
And I was just absolutely taken with it. We studied this work and it was just brilliant.
That was the first time the Hyde has ever had a large-scale Asian art show here.
Wow, congratulations. Now, this is Colorama. Aptly named, by the way. What's behind this one?
This exhibition has come from the George Eastman Museum. It's all photography for Kodak. Originally, these were enormous, monumental advertisements displayed in Grand Central Terminal between 1950 and 1990. So we have smaller scale reproductions here of this imagery that is selling you Kodak's color film, and selling you on America.
Oh yeah, that's right, sure. Which, if you think about America at that time, that, you know, Chevrolet, I forget that jingle, but you see the USA
in your Chevrolet.
Yeah. You know, these were, my father told me about this. These were, you know, this was all Americana, right? And at that time, these probably were Duratrans, right? Large Duratrans. And maybe some billboards too, you think?
Large transparencies.
Yes.
Did I say the size? 60 feet wide, 18 feet tall.
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. And again, depictions of the USA. I took a walk around just quickly, and I'm going to be back and study them. But they're wonderful depictions. You know, they're even Rockwellian in some ways. You know what I mean? They're just absolutely fabulous. So let's talk about education.
Sure.
You know, the two of you work very closely together when you decide what you're going to do. And granted, knowing you, there has to be an educational component, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's at the foundation of our mission here at the museum. And really we're trying to interpret the artworks to all ages and provide kind of a variety of resources for them to enjoy the works or learn a little bit more about them. So everything from kind of lectures and tours all the way to making art. about
Yeah,
the
sure.
artworks.
Oh, making art. I've seen the children's
Yeah.
paintings downstairs in the hallway.
And adults are allowed too, so.
Oh, good, good. I think we're all children at heart.
Right.
I guess we'll leave it there. You know what I mean? You know what caught my attention was the I think you call it art and yoga.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
tell me about
Yeah.
that.
So we have a monthly art and yoga program. We're partnering with Summit Yoga, which is part of Rock Sport there in Queensbury.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
And they provide the yoga instructor. They come to the museum. Participants can sign up, and they get to kind of find their zen among the artworks.
Well, it's, you know what, without even, I know you practice yoga.
Yep.
I don't know about you, John, but I just, not me, thank you, not yet, or whatever. But just coming here is just that soothing, that calming, and that interesting, time and time again. And it's right here in Glens Falls, arguably the best collections in the whole country, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you would know.
This is a remarkable collection.
Yeah. Got you. So as we look forward to next couple of months and whatever, oh, John said something funny. I said, why are you doing these big photographs and everything else? And your response was, do you remember?
I wanted something bright and fun for winter. I've been terrified of the snow coming back since last May.
I got to tell you, with the ice storm that we just recently had, I was like, why are we here? What are we doing? Let's go to the Hyde.
Right.
Tell us about anything that you'd like to, about coming up as we start to move into spring.
Well, we also have an exhibition in the smaller galleries called From the Vault. So every member of staff, 26 people who work here, was invited to choose one piece of art from storage that is not usually on view. And we have everything from the medieval altarpiece that I chose to the Alexander Calder print. I can't remember who chose that one.
I think someone from finance actually
Finance,
did.
okay.
Oh, I know that print. I know that one.
So you get a great sense of the scope of the collection here,
Yes, right.
but from examples that you may not have seen or ever, or not for a very long time, because a lot of the works are works on paper, so they do tend to have to stay down in dark storage.
Yes, right. If I'm not mistaken, that Calder was in the front for a while. For some reason I remember coming in here one time and seeing it there. Something else caught me, which I think is related to this exhibit. There's an author coming?
Yes,
Tell me about that.
Richard Rattay. He wrote King of the. Well, he's called the King of the Road Trip because he kind of created recalled his family history. Wrote a book about it. So we're going to have him here on March 9th. Actually.
Okay, what's the book about?
It's about his travels through the United States with his family in the car through the 1960s, which kind of nicely pairs with our.
Oh, wow, that's a
our
It
terrific.
has a
here.
great title,
Yeah.
Don't Make Me Pull Over.
Right.
Andrew here might have something to say about that, knowing my proclivity for wanting to drive a little faster than the speed limit.
Right.
I understand that phrase really well, John, I'm telling you. Commonly heard, why'd you stop me? Okay, that's okay, we know that. So when's he coming?
March 9th.
March 9th,
Yep.
okay, in the
2
afternoon?
p.m.
Okay.
2 p.m.
Good. Is it a book signing and a lecture, or how is it set up?
Well, he'll be talking about his book. We're partnering with Northshire Books to
That's terrific.
hopefully have his books here for purchase as well. We're still working out some of those details. This was made possible through a grant through the Robert Lehman Foundation.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, as you can tell, this is just an absolutely wonderful place. You have to come see this exhibit. This is really something. It really is. I really, hats off to you. This is a very creative pursuit. Getting them to give you these, to put on display like this, and I'm glancing around the room because I can't stop watching or looking at this exhibit. But thank you, and thanks for inviting us over. And,
Our pleasure.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You want to see this interview again? Head to our website, looktvonline.com.